Lately I've been feeling more and more depressed. Yeah, look at my phone to distract me from nothingness. Yeah, my life on the screen don't compare to theirs. Yeah, but in the end I'm the only one who fucking cares. That's why I'm hating on everything and everyone. So I'm blind to the angry person I become. I just wanna remember what it's like to feel. I just wanna go back before these drugs and pills. Now I'm locked inside, I ain't since Sunday weeks. Got nothing, no, we're playing on repeat. Yeah, shouts to the one.
Hello, everybody. How is your Thursday evening going? I'm going to check on the chat. Welcome, First Last, for subscribing. Thank you. Make sure to hit that like button or dislike button, whatever tickles your fancy. But glad you're here. So you won't see me on camera tonight. I've been hustling, all right? It's hot in Texas. It doesn't feel good. So I have not freshened up, if you will. So I'm going to shut it down today with Eve's face. Oh, Mr. Eve is in the chat. Hello. Says it's been too long since I've had said thank you to all that have come to watch my wife. Aw. She has been working really hard on all of this. Man, don't make me cry. I haven't even started the live over 2 minutes. Thank you, Mr. Eve. I really appreciate that. I know I haven't always been present, and I apologize for that. But we do what we must for the missing, you know. I wanted to give a shout out to one of the beautiful ladies who has worked really hard making these beautiful this artwork for the missing. Here's one. Her handle is @MiracleForMissing on Twitter. Please go check out her Twitter. She does a lot of amazing work getting, their faces out there. The cold hard facts is that people like and grabs their attention to things that are brighter, more artistic. It's just the way it is. And so she's doing a very good job grabbing attention with these beautiful thumbnails and art and graphics, and I could not be more grateful for what she does. So everybody please give blue hearts for Michael, but also for Miracle for Missing. Please go like her Twitter, follow her. She's got great stuff. That's not all she does either. I have a few other things that she's done. Lena Kill, which you'll start seeing some of her things integrated into my lives and my videos because she just does such an amazing job. Obviously, we're here to talk about Michael. I know that you guys have seen a lot of videos regarding timeline issues with the parents and a lot of backlash from the quote-unquote PR team and those who in the community devoutly and strongly support the family, which everyone needs support, right? But Michael does too. Michael Vaughan needs support because he's missing, and it's going to be a year. His birthday's coming up, June 24th, and it breaks my heart that not only is Michael coming up on a year, but there's other children out there too. And Summer Wells, as we all know, is still missing. And it's past her 1 year since she was reported missing. So what we're going to do is talk about some of the things that has transpired since I've kind of drifted off from making more videos, because, I think a lot of people realize that sometimes just not engaging and trying to get more answers from a source closest to Michael at the time of his disappearance, you're not always going to get those things. And sometimes your energy is better spent getting more exposure out there on bigger platforms. And I want to give a huge, huge shout out to the Twitter weasels, dun, 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 the beautiful Twitter weasels, who has worked so hard on everything. Dope Soul, my girl, you've been awesome. I also want to shout out to Harsh Reality. You know, he's got the PI and everything. He's got his things in the works. And we don't really know the details of that, nor should we. But I'm really, really grateful for Harsh Reality. So shout out to him for all of his work. I'm going to catch up with chat really quick. But going back to the Twitter weasels, you know, obviously, if you don't know who they are, you can go to Twitter and follow me. It's Eve_EP_talk, EVP talk. And you can see all of the ladies that have been sharing everything. We are going to have a Twitter space tomorrow that we're hosting tomorrow night. Dope Soul in the chat could probably tell you what time that is. I think it's 8 Central, but I'll let Dope Soul confirm. All right. But, you know, I'm going to shout out all of the Twitter lovelies here in a little bit, probably at the end of this live. Let me go down the chat. You know how I be. I want to say hi to everybody. Mods, thank you so much for being here. Heather, so glad you made it. She's been working so hard and haven't been seeing her lately. So I'm glad to see you here. Margaret from Scotland. Grammy H, I got your shirt, girl. We got to figure out how to send it to you. Tracy, hi. Of course, Mr. Eve, thank you for your lovely comment earlier. Millennial Phoenix. Sassy Scorpio, Mr. Eve. That is a fact. These Scorpios, what is going on? You know Dawn Wells is a Scorpio? I'm just saying. Brian Laundrie was a Scorpio. What is going on with y'all? Get it together. Just kidding. Lynn Patricia, hi. Lizzie B, Tiffany Nicole, Mallory, hey sweetheart. Jeep Girl, beep beep. Glad you're here. Grammy 7. Guidance, my love. Allegedly, what's going on? Allegedly. Who else? We got Angels for Justice. Nice to see you here. Please make sure to like, dislike, and or subscribe. Shani, hey girl. All right, I think I got everybody. If I didn't, I'm sorry. But I'm glad you're here, Doxy. And that's all I got. Dory. All right. So, having said that, saying hi to everybody, I wanted to kind of... Oh, his Sally My Jack. I had to say hi to you. You've been a wonderful, wonderful supporter. Thank you for being here. The videos. The videos have dropped off again, like I said, because we're doing a lot of things behind the scenes. I wanted to show you some cool things we have done. I know that you guys probably have seen the 10 or 12 second ad that we have done. So Dope Soul and I think it was NMD, somebody, can't remember who, made the graphics, and then my voice was over it. And this ad has been put on, you know, like movie theater screens, you know, when you're waiting to go get getting your popcorn, you're sitting down and you have those ads rolling. Well, some of the, hey, Brenda Edwards, thank you. Welcome in. The ad is playing for some of the movie theaters, you know, locally. Also, we have a national DJ that's also going to, you know, airdrop some information about Michael Vaughan's disappearance and what to look out for. Just so many good things. And that matters. That matters. There are things that you can still do while also pointing out the inconsistencies and making people understand that it has nothing to do with targeting anyone in the Michael Vaughan family because we're mean or hateful or spiteful. We really do want to help find him. And, we have to remember, how I say, we as taxpayers pay law enforcement to do a service, And again, I always respect law enforcement, always will, and I will continue to do so. However, humans are fallible, even in law enforcement, and we do need to at least push for some kind of answer. You don't have to tell us the investigative process. You don't have to tell us anything about that. But what you should do, in my opinion, is tell the people that you are serving that is there someone that very nefarious maybe around the area? Should you be more cautious? Should you be more alert? Nobody knows anything. So it's not just about the parents, it's about the community that they're in. What do they do? How do people feel? And I really hope that anyone who is listening from that community can call in, because we're about to do a live panel. I really want you to express your feelings. It could be good, bad, whatever, just however you feel about the case and about Michael still missing and anything that you would like. But we do need to stick to the topic of Michael Vaughan. A lot of times Summer does take over, and we always talk about Summer on this platform. And it's time to not only devote, this platform to Summer and Michael, but all children who are missing and all minorities and indigenous women, which is the number one most unsolved ethnicity, and culture. So what are we doing with that? Why are we not talking more about Lena Keel, Cody Bixby, and then the indigenous women specifically in, Minnesota, Wisconsin, where there might be a serial killer still on the loose. So I digress. I'm going to open live panel up. Feel free to call, jump in, ask some questions. I really truly think that a lot of people do not understand some of the things that are going on. A lot of people didn't catch on to some of the inconsistencies with Michael's disappearance, specifically the time leading up to his disappearance, which is the biggest bulk of the timeline, where it would really help the public, in my opinion, to look out for certain things. Like, was there somebody lurking around at 2:52? Did Tyler, hypothetically, go to the store at 3? And whatever, there might be something there, but there is such silence. There is nothing that anybody can really go on except for, let's print more flyers. There was a quote I saw on Twitter earlier that said, one headline on a national news is worth 20,000 posters, I believe. I need to get that. I need to get the person that said that, but that is huge. I think he's onto something. Let me catch up with chat real quick while I'm getting the live panel on. Mr. Eve, she wants law enforcement to do their job. Yeah, I do. I do want law enforcement to do their job, yes. I know that it's not always that easy. I couldn't imagine, and I am not trying to be ugly at all, I just couldn't imagine how frustrating it would be if they were having such a hard time as normal everyday citizens who were just trying to find this little boy. I couldn't imagine. Indigenous women need so much more awareness. Amen to that. Allegedly says the children are literally disappearing into thin air. Never seen cases like this for a long time. I know. One shot on the evening. Okay, Dope corrected me. One shot on the evening news is worth 20,000 posters. Patrick Sessions Preach, Patrick. Preach. We do not live in 1972, where everybody kicks up their leg, their foot on their leg, drink their coffee, and reads the paper. We are a digital age now. Digital culture. All right. Open in panel here. I'm going to drop the link. Give me one moment. Isn't he just the most adorable little boy? It breaks my heart because, like y'all know, I have a little boy. Blonde hair, blue eyes. And I just can't imagine. I just cannot imagine having that happen to me. I hope it doesn't. And I wish it on no one. Yeah. Are you calling me old, Eve? 1973. Grammy, you will never be old. You have the youngest spirit out of all of us. So that is impossible. Eve, do we know for a fact the last date monkey was seen? The only thing that we can go on, again, is the Fruitland Police Department statement of he was last seen on the corner of Southwest 9th Street in Arizona. It has changed a few times, which is problematic to me and a lot of others. Why? Why did that change? Could it have been multiple times? The storyline of the CCTV footage. How many neighbors saw Michael? It was 6 and then dwindled down to 1. And then it was a hot mess. At one time, they did see him on CCTV footage at the splash pad. And then they didn't. And who knows? And that's why we're here. Because there were people out there who were watching and listening and being nitpicky, if you will, or not nitpicky, but, going through the details. And if something doesn't add up, of course, you're going to want to question that to get clarification. And then that's when it all went to hell in a handbasket. All right. It's taken forever to get this little link, but it's coming. Really? So, having said that, while we're waiting, sorry, one more second. Jeep Girl, just weird how after almost a year, people from the area claimed they have never heard anything about Michael's disappearance. Yes. So my husband, Mr. Eve, he had a boss at one time who is now working out of Caldwell, Idaho, but he lives, I think 10, 15, 20 minutes tops from Fruitland. And I called him as I was trying to plan on, what can we do with aerial eyes? We're in the aviation business. And I was trying to think of ways, well, maybe we could get someone to fly, a helicopter or the pilots that work under his business, or his customers rather. Maybe we could get them to keep their eyes out for things. And that's what we're doing now. But, what Brandy says, even though, yeah. So, sorry, I lost my place. Baby Eve does look similar, just so you know. He does. He does. Our little turkey bottoms is what I call him. I know he's probably going to look at this one day and go, oh my God, Mom. Does Ellie handle these disappearances so quietly? if they are investigating an extremely dangerous situation. Perfect, Dory, yes. If it was so dangerous, in my opinion, you would want everybody to be on guard, look out, see something, say something, would be plastered everywhere. Like, what are we doing? Right? I believe it was Miracle for Missing that did all of the fantastic graphics. I'm sorry, yes. It was Miracle for Missing. All right, y'all. Y'all are going to have to get on here once I get this thing connected. Here we go. Woohoo. I'm going to drop the link now. Share. All right, dropping the link. Any questions? There's nothing off limits. Just be kind and respectful, as you know how to do, I would hope. If there's anything that you're confused about or don't know, no question is too stupid. Don't worry about that. I really truly think that people just don't know or has a hard time keeping up with all of the misunderstandings and all that stuff, because we also have Summer Wells' case, which we all know is about as misconstrued and torn apart as it possibly can, with the most unnecessary bullshit you could think of. So, no question is too big or too small. And Tweezles, if you want to come on just to sit back, you can totally do that. It's up to you. All right, dropped. Sorry, I'm going to pin it. There we go. Come on up, and I'll answer your questions in the chat too. Turkey, yeah. He's trying to get Mama to be quiet. It's funny, I bet. I feel this often, little Eve, right? He said he's watching his Lexa. Aw. He doesn't feel good. He was actually, I think he's got a tummy bug. He was starting to do that. You know how little kids, when they get sick, they just kind of look blankly and stare at the wall a little bit, and they're kind of slower. And he was doing that swallowing, a lot. And then all of a sudden, bleh. So he's got a tummy bug. I feel bad. I feel really bad. We have some exciting news about Nancy Grace. We reached out to Nancy Grace. Well, I didn't, but the wonderful, wonderful social media team at Z News, NMD, and a list of others that I'll put in the comment box on YouTube after this. Please go check them out and follow them, because they have a lot of good information about missing persons, case updates, but also to get more awareness. So we'll go through that. But Nancy Grace, we're waiting on an update for Nancy Grace about Michael Vaughan's case, and hopefully they'll reach out to one of Tyler, Brandy, Bob, the grandfather, and LaWanda, the PR rep, LaWanda Westbrook, and whoever. I think maybe Nancy Grace would be perfect to squash the claims, because she's a straight shooter. Now, is she dramatic? Yes, that's what she does. It's what she does, but I don't think that anybody with a soft-spoken, kind of background is going to get what they need to bring Michael home. Period. We need someone that's like kind of a bulldog with this stuff. And maybe that's just what Tyler and Brandy and Grandpa need to, push forward. Maybe that's what they need. Maybe someone that has a little bit more, I don't know, exposure. Didn't seem like it's one of the locals trying to bash them all day. Yeah. I can't believe Nancy's twins are heading to high school already. What? Whoa. Jeep girl, I hear ya. This case does need Nancy Grace. Somebody, anybody. I can hear NG calling someone out. You said it, Tracy. But seriously, I dropped the link in the chat. Feel free to come in so that we can talk about this. I really want your opinions. I really want questions asked. Sometimes, it takes people outside of the group of normal, to kind of think and brainstorm. I wanted to show you something about something I came across. Now, while I'm pulling that up, I wanted to say that yes, I did, as well as many others, watched Toxic Critters Doing Harm. I mean, Critters on the Farm. How do you say their name? Anyway, they had Brandy on a live, and I think it's great. They did a really wonderful job with the video. I will always be 100% supportive of any exposure for Michael Vaughan, right? But once again, what I'm seeing is the discrepancy between what was said, what people perceive this image, right? And the details. And it seems like there's always something little bitty that's new that would totally help. A sticker on the bottom of the flip-flop. Well, shit, okay. We never heard that before. Just these little things. There was a shirt debacle, the red shirt or the blue shirt, And instead of addressing it, it was just kind of like blown off like it was some problem. And look, I am sorry it's a problem that people are questioning these things and that you think it's an attack. It's not. We want your son home with you. We want your son back home where he belongs with his family. If in fact that's safe for him, right? Hellcat, this case needs serious help. I'm 30 miles away from Fruitland and we hardly ever hear anything. Hellcat, I dropped my StreamYard link in the chat. Feel free to come up and talk about that because honestly, we feel, and there's a few others who we have spoken to that live around the area or in Payette County that I think are afraid to speak. I think they're afraid to talk about it. They don't want other people to be too hard on them because it's just it feels very one-sided. And the people that don't feel the same way or have questions, I do see this. I don't want to say anything or I'm going to get harassed. I mean, there have been people who have been threatened, dope sold, for instance, by Brandy's own father. And that's not okay. So I would love to have local voices, and you can be totally anonymous or put it in the chat and we'll talk about it. But I'm really concerned about the fact that like anybody who wants to search, anybody who wants to do anything outside of sharing flyers and bracelets, which I love that. It really is concerning to me how crazy the reaction is. I mean, Ilda, the boss at Albertsons, was basically like, we don't like your kind around here, basically. I'm going to go to jail. I'd go to jail for these people. Well, okay. I'd go to jail for Michael. How about that? Catch me outside. I'm just kidding, but yeah. What in the hell? This is not fair to Michael. And not only is it not fair to Michael to behave that way and buck the system because somebody wants to come help. I mean, and not just us rolling around the house trying to, Bullhorn Betty MGL anybody. We're trying to find your son. That's it. That's it. Now I know they have searched. They've covered a lot of areas. But to be honest with you, I have not seen any articles other than, I believe, 3 different searches, or 4, excuse me, that were specific. 2 of them were specifically honed in, and the other 2 were long terms, over the course of a few weeks, I believe. But other than that, they don't plan on any other searches. What in the hell is wrong with having a new, fresh a pair of eyes who they don't know the terrain and would say, oh no, I know that wouldn't be a place, because I've lived here my whole life. Nobody would put a person there. Well, somebody who is not familiar exactly with those things wouldn't think that way. They'd be like, let's go in there and look, but with professionals, we have a SAR expert ready to go, but we need law enforcement to okay the areas. Law enforcement states to me, well, we really don't, we'll let you know when we have something, an area, we'll have to get back to you and see if those are the area, and I haven't heard anything. So what is going on, Fruitland? What is going on? We don't have anything to go on. Let me look in the chat. Gotta catch up. Haven't seen many signs in Caldwell, but I keep one up in my work. That's wonderful, but that's also awful that you don't see anything. Doxy, there wouldn't be scrutiny if there was at least a timeline. That makes sense. Preach. I want to know where Grandpa's favorite watering hole is actually located. Backs. Yes. So, kind of interesting that you said that. I have not. I mean, God, there's watering holes all over the damn place. There's one in there. A slough in Ontario. Could be potentially a slough in Fruitland. Payette's only 10, 12, 15 minutes away. There's so many. We know that New Plymouth is a hot spot. We know La Grande, Oregon is a hot spot. We don't know. We don't. Because they won't speak. Look, Mr. Robert Vaughan, if you were where you're at and everything's good, just say it. If you can't say it because it might hinder an investigation, say that. If law enforcement's telling you to shut up, zip it up, don't even speak to the media, it's totally cool to be like, I have been instructed to keep whatever. At the end of the day, your grandson is missing. Grammy H, I had Tyler's first Facebook post right after Micah went missing and I accidentally deleted it. Yeah, that's the one where he's like, please help find my missing son. It's been 48 hours and it really wasn't completely 48 hours, but I kind of understand that whole debacle. I'm not going to make a big deal of it. But he tagged a bunch of people and then it went away. It was weird. It was very interesting. But immediately people were jumping on his comment section saying, hey, buddy, there's something going on. So it wasn't like this is new, like Twitter just all of a sudden started bashing these people who have a missing child. It wasn't that. It was from the get-go. So I was shocked there were none on the pass either, which was surprising considering they kept saying kidnapping. Why would there be signs on the way a kidnapper may have traveled? That's a good point. Well, wait, posters are coming down in the area. Who said that? Y'all better get your booties in here and talk to me. I'm going to put in the link again. Y'all don't be shy. This is a missing child that might need your ideas and your help. So don't ever be too afraid to talk about this. Maybe I put the wrong link in. Yeah, love to have somebody close by kind of give their input on stuff. Scroll up. Chat is going crazy. Crazy critters, yeah. Can't watch Heifer on the farms. Yeah. So I had asked, I called into the lab, Josh from the lab and Chris Madonna. They did their thing last night and they had open calls, live calls. And I called in and was like, am I famous? Just kind of joking around. But I said, hey, is there any updates on Rose Bly? And Chris Madonna did say that there was going to be some updates, and they do have a person of interest, by the way. So I guess more things are coming from that, and that he was given permission to speak about that. So look for that, guys. Rose Bly, I'm really, really glad to hear that there's something coming from that case. Even some signs are coming down. Grammy of 7 said that. Okay. Hi, Lulu. Thank you for being here. We're talking about Michael Vaughan, obviously. Cute little nose. So, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I'm sorry, I'm totally ADHDing, but we do have pilots who are flying, who are clients of my husband's ex-boss. They are looking. They always have their eyes peeled open for anything. I gave them all of the details about, what to look for. So they are looking. Shani Eve, I'll DM it to you right now. What are we DMing me? The back road from New Plymouth to Fruitland is so dead out there. There's never cops, hardly any people, and several nice creeks and rivers. Well, I'm going to write that down, girl. See, those are the things, that we need to hear, because nobody is speaking about anything. Like the people who are wanting Michael found so badly, yet bucking every opportunity to allow that, right? They don't say things like that. They don't say where potential areas. Summer Wells, good God, every day you have a new area. You have something new to discover, look into. Why not just a little bit of that for the locals at Fruitland and Payette? And yes, New Plymouth is on my radar, by the way, since nobody's coming on right now. I kind of want to show you how scary it kind of is right now in Ontario, Oregon, and Payette County. It's kind of getting out of hand, in my opinion, with the amount of craziness going on with crime and stuff. Like every day I see something. Oh, we got a visitor. You wanna jump in? I'll just add you. You could just unmute whenever you're ready and speak. Speak on it, sis. But yeah, like Treasure Valley, I'm part of their group or whatever, because I wanted to see what's going on. Like, what are people needing to be looking for? Is there any information going out in these public groups or anything like that? And there's a lot. There's a lot going on. On Wednesday, look, 4 hours ago, 39-year-old man who stalked teenage victims at a local Ada County park, which is the county over, and possessed blank exploitative material of children, who was sentenced to serve at least 2 decades in prison. From April to August of 2021, Kyle C. Baxter stalked several teenage girls at multiple parks in Ada County. On one occasion, he grabbed a victim's, On another, he made suggestive comment and appeared to be recording the victim. I mean, like, okay, there's an example. So he was out around the time that right before he went missing. Michael went missing. Like, come on. Has Michael's dad spoken out lately, Barb? Tyler has not. No, but he will speak casually on YouTube with certain creators, or has in the past. And per his words, you know, he's excited to give the big fuck you and a middle finger for those when Michael returns home. So there's that. I would gladly accept that middle finger if Michael comes home safe. Absolutely. Flip away. Flip the bird away all day. I will take that. The Darkest Duchess. Hey, glad you're here. Boise is Ada County. Yeah. So, catching up a chat. The one killed in New Plymouth was one of my classmates. I'm sorry to hear that. So, we don't know if he might have something to do. But it's always this way. Like, and these two jackals, murderers, allegedly, are from Idaho. Well, they're not from Idaho, but they live there. I don't know. Are they both from Idaho? I don't think so. I don't know. Anyway, there were two shootings in New Plymouth of, I believe they were 46-year-old Eric Ortega and Megan Amaya. I believe they were friends with, one of them was close to Brandy, I believe. I'm not sure. But that's concerning, right? Is it Eric Ortega? Okay, here we go. Police name victims of fatal shooting. I believe they were at one time hanging out. Eric Noriega and Megan Amaya. Thank you, Hellcat. They were shot to death in their New Plymouth home. I believe that they're still getting more updates on that, but like, shit, it kind of feels like what happened to make someone murder them in their home, you know, with no details about it, and they might be connected by friendship or whatever. Good Lord. Okay, I understand you want me to purchase this stupid anyway. $45. Megan Amaya and Eric Ortega. Let me see if the story's here. Two deceased individuals. This was on May, I want to say the 15th. Yeah. I don't think anything has been updated on that. I haven't seen anything. But the list goes on. Let me go back to Treasure Valley, because they have like really, I will say that they look out for each other on this Treasure Valley crime and community. Like, they really are letting their community be aware of things, but I don't see a lot about Michael. That's for sure. I do not. Mr. Eve, I talked to Eve about that one while I was at work and said we need to talk about this, and I would like to actually be, oh yeah, talking about the shooting. Yeah, I'm so heartbroken about that. So, Penguin, here we go. Here it gets started now. Why are you trying to cast shade on Michael's family? They didn't do anything. Okay, Penguin, if you would like to come and click on the link and explain how they didn't, and who might have, I am all ears, and I never said that they were guilty. They have not been cleared. They are inconsistent with their story and lack of story. So the only thing that we want and need to try to help them find their son, if they want it, as they said they have, is to just clear up some things. Just to clear up some things. Why was the 911 call such a big deal? Why were there 4 different versions of the pizza? Why is it that you only remember the sun setting that day and everything else is a blur? Why is your husband not speaking out about the details that you could not know if you weren't there? It is not rocket science. Don't anyone who has recently arrested is involved, but if so, this creep would be my best bet. I mean, true. This guy does not look good. You know? But my question is, why is he out and about? All right? Why is the guy who's had that history, long history of some shady shit, roaming around? Why isn't the police doing anything? Warning people. Boise police investigating after someone fired a bullet through the window of a business. Lots of drug crimes in Idaho and Oregon. Oregon, totally understand that. Idaho, a lot of people think that Idaho is some kind of like quaint sanctimonious community, or state rather, and I'm in certain places I'm sure that's true, but not bordering Oregon. You go look for yourself. It's not roses and daffodils, that's for sure. There it looks to me like there's a lot of fentanyl, not only fentanyl overdoses, but the sale of narcotics has increased substantially. Somebody rolled up drunk as hell into some bushes. This guy, oh my God. Murder and use of a firearm during a felony. He had some other charges, but this guy killed someone over, what was it? Something so trivial, y'all. So trivial. He needs Jesus. Well, that's probably true. As a tax-paying citizen, I would prefer my money to go to his execution. It's just nuts. If you go to Treasure Valley Crime and you join it, it's full of stuff. It's full of it. Brandy's words, not ours. Okay, let me scroll back up. Please join the live. Like, I want people. Oh, Grammy is 7. Sorry, I didn't see ya. Hi there. Grammy, are you there? Can you hear? Grammy. Okay, I'll wait for her to peep up. Anyone else can join for sure. Just let me know. Hellcat, did you see my message? Yes, Michael needs and deserves most of the support, not the family. Poor babies. Oh, Guidance said, Mr. Eve, pow, pow, pow. What did he do? What did you say, Mr. Eve? Oh, okay, got it. I don't believe anyone is casting shade on Michael's family. I believe they cast shade on themselves, and we just ask questions to clarify the shade that they themselves cast. Yep. Brandy's are the only words out there. Preach. Hey, you got it. You do listen. Mr. Eve. My husband is straight and to the point. There should be call logs or emails to verify pizza orders. Yeah, it's simple stuff. Mallory, what did you say? Let's see. Brandy equals Dawn and Tyler. Oh. Oh, yeah. Yep. Mr. Eve. And if the penguin is there, I'm all about throwing some shade on that family. Get up and find that boy. Mr. Eve? Where has this energy been this whole time? I've been trying to get him to get this energy forever. Maybe he just always felt that way. And waited for the chat. Okay. But you are absolutely right, Mr. Eve. Yeah, might drop. Isn't it called the High Desert Task Force that's working with the DEA to seize illegal drugs, especially fentanyl in the Treasure Valley? I read that somewhere, Millennial. Yes, I did. They are. They have been. So you know what's funny? I also found a article about, at one point, J.D. Huff, when he became chief of police, he had to ask Payette County to help increase the evidence room because it was getting too full too fast. I will show you. I will show you the proof. I swear to God, if you ask me one more time to pay you for a subscription of the news, evidence room jam-packed. Of course, they only have the article. Anyway, you're just going to have to trust me. It was getting too full too fast with drugs and criminal things. They had to expand in Fruitland, Idaho, 5,000 people. They had to expand their evidence room, or was wanting to. I don't know if they did. But anyway, it's because of people on other sides, on Oregon, Ada County, Washington County, and then obviously Payette has more traffic now. It's very interesting to me. New Plymouth, Kuna, Idaho, all of those little areas are starting to get a lot more drug trafficking and a lot more substance control abuse charges. So that's interesting to me. And it always makes you go, okay, so if there is a higher risk of fentanyl overdoses and more crime, then is that related to Michael's disappearance? We don't know. We don't know shit. No one knows. All they know what to do is to share flyers and bracelets and just keep his name out there. And that's it. Oh, is people trying to join? I didn't see it at all. Grammy, you're on. Let me know if you can hear me. Grammy, can you hear me? I don't think your mic's working, hun. But I do see you're in here. So I'll give you a minute. Eve, you have people waiting backstage? I do? I don't see it. I don't see it at all. Great. I'm going to put it in the chat one more again. because I really want locals to please call in. I really, really want your opinions. I have to close out of YouTube? Oh. It's a separate live stream though. It's not the same. Interesting. Anyway. Eve, do you have to click her in? Yeah, I already did. Do we know if Tyler was drug tested? I have no idea. That's a really good question. No earthly idea. I don't think that they would openly say that. But I can tell you this. The evidence shows that he would have failed one because Brandy stated that, he is in fact a pothead. If you don't believe me, I can pull that up for you, no problem. So I would assume he would not have passed at the time. Dope Soul inquiring minds want to know. Grammy, your mic is not connected at all. And that's why it's saying that saying you're not connected to a mic. So I did hear a recording about them from Brandy that there were drug dogs that came into the home because the shed smelled like pot. I could totally play that if I find it. I don't care. I don't mind. It is what it is. One moment, por favor. Oh, Grandma, thank you. You know who needs a hug? Mr. Eve. Mr. Eve needs one. Dope Soul, I know, right? At least some of us have. Why is the family not beating down news station doors? Oh, thank you for reminding me on that, because I do need to wrap it up. I was hoping people would jump on. But it is what it is. Media outreach. There it is. So cute. We really need to find Michael Vaughan and bring him home, just like Summer, Wells, Lena, Kill, Oakley, Cody Bixby. And the biggest thing I think that could help is learning about what is the issue in finding these children that the FBI and other reporting agencies do not report or do reports on. I found one case study about false, alleged, reported abductions. One from 2011 with 61 victims. Or 66 victims. That's it. Otherwise, you would know. They were specific cases that someone, a forensic expert, did a research study on. Why are these children not being found? And why aren't they saying anything about it? That's my question. There's a lot of children that have gone missing over the years, way before Summer Wells and Michael. And they don't have answers as to what the hell happened. Now that has a lot to do with technology, right? Especially these older cases. But I have a feeling that if somebody just went in and looked, they're missing something close. They're missing maybe people that they wouldn't have thought of before. Is law enforcement automatically off the table because they're law enforcement? No. Did you look into them? Have you cleared all of your own? No? Well, maybe you should. There's a lot of things. There's too many kids going missing. Kingsport, Tennessee 2020 report that I have states that COVID had a direct effect on lower police calls, but a higher rate of crime and murder, but less arrests. How? COVID. I would be surprised if you see a slew of children who have been missing since COVID times come up just like Harmony Montgomery. You're going to see more of that, you know? Hey, Grammy, you're on. Can you hear me? Oh, I think I hear something. Progress. Psst, it's Ellie. Tinfoil brat. Tiffany Nicole, it's like these cases just melt away and get forgotten. Yep. Oh, thank you, Dope. All right. My girl. So here is the recording. Just listen for a minute. This is the recording of what I was speaking about with the drugs. Okay. This is Brandy speaking.
They have a drug, but not human. It comes from Boise. They were here by 11:30 that night.
Talking about the drug dogs. The dogs, the search dogs.
Oh God, do you have that written down? Does anybody have that written down? I believe. Okay, don't quote me. Who knows? Who honestly knows? Fine, I can find out. I've been here within 2 hours and something. Hold on. Because Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue came in at Boise. Police brought a cadaver dog, and that's, you know why? Because they thought that we did something to Michael. And but I'm just saying.
Now, you know, I don't care about pot. Pot is pot. Okay? Not personally. I don't. Idaho doesn't appreciate you smoking pot. Oregon, give two shits. Loves that you smoke pot. Idaho, not so much. It's legal in that state. So, when you have a state that has to enforce the law, and the law is that it's illegal, I'll just let you sit on that for a minute. But no, I know it's pot, whatever. But do you think that maybe if you should be watching multiple children while the mother's at work, that it's a kind of important to be on your A game? So it's a problem. It's illegal in Idaho. You got to go to Ontario to get the devil's lettuce, if you will. So let me replay what I just played for you. Let me start over a little bit. Go back like 10, 15 seconds. Just listen up. Okay?
You know why? Because they thought that we did something to Michael. And you know why? Because they thought that we did something to Michael. Boise, yeah.
50 minutes from Fruitland.
Yeah.
Why the fuck did it take 4 hours to get a dog out there?
Well, because they were too busy looking into us.
That's fine, but they're fucking officers. They can multitask. They put 2-3 officers on you and Tyler. Then they fucking are outside fucking tracking scents with a fucking dog. There's not just one fucking officer in Fruitland and fucking Boise that can only do one thing at a time.
One moment.
Questioning kids without a child counselor.
Okay, so there's another 2 officers. There's 12 officers on Fruitland PD's fucking force. So that's 4 officers. So what are the fucking other 7 or 8 fucking officers doing?
In the town. Who knows?
And one of them could have had a fucking dog on a goddamn leash.
Okay. Now, yeah, I'm sorry about the F-bombs and the GD bombs. It is what it is. I can't help that. But did y'all hear that? Now, that doesn't mean that they're guilty. I'm not saying that they are. I'm just saying that at one time they definitely questioned it. Or had to potentially rule it out. That was at the beginning. That was their... Maybe that's why the Amber Alert didn't go off. I don't know. Maybe they could clear that up. I smoke pot, but it's when everyone is already tucked away. I'm reading comments. I'm not doing this. The same police she's praising now. Ray Porter, that was... So the F-bombs over and over was the person who was recording it, right? It wasn't Brandy, but they were speaking about it. So it wasn't... Brandy was responding.
I think the drug dog came through here, actually.
So a drug dog did, in fact, come in here. And I was just trying to prove a point that, you know, pot at least, bare minimum, was in there. Or in the back where they smoke. I think it's like a shed. Yeah, the shed in the backyard. So, just saying, not everything is what it looks like. Not everything is what it seems. And if you think that just because Summer Wells' case was and is such a shit show because of not only the parents but YouTube creators, if you're going to use that to not look at the facts and look at what has been said about Michael Vaughan's case and the inconsistencies, you are doing such a huge disservice once again to another child. It is not right. It is not fair. There are people busting their ass to try to figure out what they can do to help, and they have nowhere to go. So all they can do is sit and wait, which is what it seems like some of the people in Payette County want. Why is that? It's not okay.
What?
Hey, Susie. Hey. Thank you for hopping on.
Sister, what's up? Yeah. Nobody else was feeling froggy?
Hey, I'm all for it. Go for it.
You still there?
Yep.
There you are.
You're live. Do you have anything
Okay.
you wanted to say?
No, I'm hanging out. I'll chime in as we go. If you're cool with that.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, I'm gonna put you on mute so nobody will hear you. All right. Put you in the back. So, guys, what I'm trying to get at, and I'm gonna wrap it up here, is, yeah, I don't have anything else really to add with videos and such. I mean, I guess I could try to pull something out of my, patootie to try to give content about it. But really what it is that without national media coverage or someone, i.e. Dr. Phil or Nancy Grace, someone with kahunas to really get into this case and ask questions, and kind of do their job as news reporters and get answers, or at least an FU. That's what it's going to take to move Michael's case forward, and potentially other missing children's cases too. Specifically, Lena, Oakley, Harmony, Cody Bixby. You know, it takes that little bit of crack in the glass to shatter it, and we need it. But I'm not going to allow other creators to cater and pander to the emotional side of that. They can't believe that maybe, just maybe, Summer Wells's case and Michael Vaughan's case and Lena and Oakley and Harmony, they might just be so damn connected and so similar that you'd be surprised what we're going to find. These cases are rare. They should be rare, but the situation it's in are so rare. And it's increasing. It's telling me that it's easier. It's easier to what? I don't know. But it's just easier to do something where they aren't found. And little is being done to help find them from the people closest. That's what I'm going to say. Cue the Wizards of Waverly Place themes. I'm millennial. That's hilarious. How can they celebrate anything? Agreed, Ray. Yeah. Eve said crack. Are they not able to start asking questions without the parents? Get things going. Start some national awareness. We are doing that. Perfect. I need to jump on that. Dope did send me what we have done. We as a collective group. But mostly Z News. Please go to Twitter. Follow Z News, NMD. I'll put the handles up here shortly. They're doing so many good things. Again, the DJs, ads. Dope Soul has ads that are targeting, certain demographics around the area. For that ad that I mentioned earlier, there's so many good things going on. And why is it not opening? Oh, Grammy, the monkeys. Yeah, that's cute. Have the parents taken a lie detector test? Now, the only one that I can confirm that with you is Tyler. Allegedly, he took 2 polygraphs, and allegedly, he failed 2. Do I have a paper saying that? No, but I have Brandy stating it. And then stating there's no fucking way, excuse my language, that Tyler could be involved. And that they better not basically do anything, or that she's gonna burn the whole place to the ground. Now, do I think she would really do that? No. But is it really weird to say when your son's missing? Yeah. It really is. Very strange. So, what do you do with that? And then, go to the wife of the captain and the detective's wife. Why would you go to them? What would they do for you? That has always bothered me, by the way, that I'm just going to go to their wives. Like, if anybody could answer that or help me understand that, I would love that, because I've always wondered. That was very strange to me, that comment. Tracy Laster, Tyler has taken 2 and failed. Yes. A church just burned down in the New Plymouth. Hellcat, I heard about that. Brandy said that after the second polygraph, law enforcement told Tyler they never asked him to take one again. Now, Chris Madonna, who we all know has done interviews with Brandy on his channel, there was a recording where he asked about the lie detector test, and it was a very short clip, but it did, she did say, well, here's the thing. He went like 45 minutes away without her, and he did this test. He almost flipped the table over. You know, I don't know if he said that in that recording, but anyway, she hinted to the fact that once he took that second lie detector test, they told him he wouldn't have to take another one again. Maybe that's because he ain't gonna pass another one. That's my opinion. Maybe he's just not gonna simply pass. Why would they want to do it again and waste everybody's time? Within 24 hours of the killings, rumor is related. Almost seems like a blackmail statement. What's Brandy know? Yeah. About the, I'll just go talk to the wife. It does feel like maybe there was some information that would be very harmful. And if that's the case, if there is something nefarious in that way, where she said that, does another agency need to take it over completely? Because to threaten a whole ass police station when you at the same time praise them and you don't want a PI because we have the quote fucking best of the best, and then turn around and say, I'm gonna go tattletale and talk to these people's wives that have no bearing on they should not have any bearing on that. Very interesting. Do we need to question that? Is that going to hinder finding Michael in some way if there is some conflict of interest in the sense of like blackmail potentially? We don't know. Very interesting. Oh, Panties, thank you. Thank you so much. I have a lot I will write on one of the victims in the email. Okay. He's gonna. Thank you for the super chat, Pandies. I kind of feel weird saying that that username, but it just feels weird, and I don't know if there's anything anybody can really do about it at this point. You know what I mean? Oh, here we go. Why didn't that pull it for me, Dope? It never does. Here's some more proof about the pot. And I know everyone's like, oh my God, it's pot. But, Brandy says I do smoke pot. Well, I know that, but I'm not announcing it to these wackos talking about the Twitter people when they were doing Twitter spaces at the time. Laughing my ass off, I was sending it to Dree, which is one of the friends. Because she said I didn't smoke pot. You're right, though. It's nobody's business. That is true. I'm thinking about that. It is true. Smoking pot, potentially none of our business. However, you said that when you have a missing child, you no longer have privacy. It's, that's what happens. Ew. Yeah. So take with what you want with that information. Yeah. So anyway, when you lose a child, it's everyone's business. You should have no private life. Yep. It's just, I'm going to wrap this up like I said. Here's the thing. Nobody that I have spoken to around the area outside of Fruitland, including Oregon and including Payette County, where they live, and Idaho in general and Washington, they don't know who Michael Vaughan is. They don't know anything about the case. They've never seen a poster. They've never seen a billboard. I would say 90% of the people that I ask, no one knows. We need media coverage. Period. And every time it seems like the PR rep, LaWanda Westbrook, gets involved in that, there's no updates. Dr. Phil was supposed to be involved, and he's out. They're all out of office until like the end of July or middle of July or something like that, which totally get it. I saw that. I believe that. Nobody really wants to. It almost feels like it's intentionally being left alone. Why? Anytime that someone wants to do an interview, there's been multiple denied requests for an interview or a story to be done, or just completely ghosting some of the people who have reached out to get information. Has happened many times. Why? My God, I would want everybody and their mom and their mama's mama to launch my missing son's case everywhere, especially media, because flyers ain't cutting it. It will never be the same as going on a national platform. Nancy Grace. Hell, I would even say like Joe Rogan is at least something. But do not recommend that. But, something. I'm going to catch up a chat. Leading the charge, being proactive, transparent. That is what I would say. Thank you again. I'm side-eyeing you, panties, but I appreciate that. It's very interesting. Pot at 11 a.m. while watching 3 kids is a big deal. Yep. They wouldn't be able to shut me up with trying to find my child. Thank you. They want Monkey Forgotten just like Harmony, Lena, Cody, class. Yep. Now, guys, before I go. Thank you. Before I go, you really need to check out the Cody Bigsby videos that I do. And that I'm going to continue to do, because this is going to tie into every missing child's case recently. The chief of police in Hampton, Virginia, you know how everybody always talks about Summer Wells? Why isn't the parents arrested right now for neglect and all of these things? Well, go look at Cody Bigsby's case. Corey Bigsby, the father, has been arrested for 7 counts of child neglect. All right, for something completely, 7 charges unrelated to Cody Bigsby's disappearance. He's got a new attorney who keeps trying to appeal bail, which he's been denied. But because the chief of police, Mike Tolbert, is so outspoken about the fact that there is no other persons of interest but Corey Bigsby, the father, and that the Inconsistencies has proven that. He's very straightforward, unlike Ronnie Lawson and J.D. Huff. All right? Now what you're seeing is a big shitstorm where Corey's lawyer has placed a cease and desist on the chief of police of Hampton, Virginia, because he's hinting basically to the fact that he's guilty of Cody Bigsby's disappearance, his son's disappearance. And Mike Tolbert was like, kick rocks, bro. I will take nothing back, and I will not cease and desist on shit, which I think that he should. But what you're seeing some issues. Those things are going to be used, that cease and desist, if they never find Cody and they think that, or they have enough evidence to suggest an indictment at the grand jury, that cease and desist is going to potentially screw the case, screw the indictment. And that is why you wait for charges. That is why. So just think about that and go watch those videos. It's going to make a lot of sense when it goes into Summer Wells' case and potentially Michael's and everyone else's. You don't want to jump the gun and screw up another charge, the charge that you really want, which is the disappearance of the child. All right? We have a Twitter space tomorrow. I believe 8. I'll put it on my community page. Really go check out Twitter. Go follow me and all of the lovely, lovely ladies who have done so much work to get Michael's face and name out there and get that national coverage that he deserves, just like the rest. All right? And I don't know why this isn't opening, but it's good stuff. It was all about the media that we've done, but I promise you things are going on in the background that I believe will truly help. And we really, really need to share, like, all that good stuff with Michael's case and pushing for national coverage. That's the only way I think this is going to keep going. All right, guys. You know, as I say, drink your water, hug yourself, hug your babies, grandbabies, fur babies, feather babies, all the babies. And I will see you on the next live. Have a wonderful evening, guys. Thanks.
Lately I've been feeling more and more depressed. Yeah, look at my phone to distract me from nothingness. Yeah, my life on the screen don't compare to theirs. Yeah, but in the end I'm the only one who fucking cares. That's why I'm hating on everything and everyone. So I'm blind to the angry person I become. I just wanna remember what it's like to feel. I just wanna go back before these drugs and pills. Now I'm locked inside, I ain't since Sunday weeks. Got nothing.